Looking for fun relationship games to feel closer and happier? Try these few games given below, and you'll have the intimacy you've been craving for. Remember the first few weeks in your relationship when all you wanted to do was get your hands on one another and get to know every aspect of one another's lives? Don't just sigh and long for the days past when you can really cultivate the same level of intimacy or even deeper. It will require some hard work at first, but you can turn intimacy into a habit. Yes, even if you're with an introvert who prefers me time all the time, and even if you've been with each other for decades. A bit of playful attitude and few actual games can put intimacy back in your relationship. Relationship games that build intimacy. As you know, intimacy happens hours before you enter the bedroom. It's the playfulness, the true bond of two souls, and the nurturing of one another's love tanks. Here are a few wholesome games you can play with your lover so your relationship will become more intimate and fun. 1. 20 questions. This game is classic for a reason. It's very effective in building intimacy. The game is pretty simple and easy. You and your lover alternately ask one another questions and make sure you both vow to be honest with your answers. Simple. What makes this useful is that couples can ask one another questions in a playful, non-accusing manner. For instance, did you ever pretend an orgasm? Or, what's one secret you haven't told me? Or, what's your greatest worry? Just assure that you play this with a light heart and never ever turn the game sour by digging into sensitive things like cheating or something similar. Reserve those things for serious conversations. 2. Chore wheel. Weekend household cleaning could be more fun. If you realize that neither of you is looking forward to it, create exciting by having a chore wheel. Make a spinning wheel or buy one online and then write the basic chores on it, like throwing the trash, cleaning the bathroom, mowing the lawn, etc. Each one spins that chores he or she's going to do for the day. Whoever finishes first is the princess or prince of the night, and whoever loses are the slave. The winner will decide what film to watch or what food to eat once everything's done. This simple game can turn your weekend rut into something playful and fun, which is what ultimately creates intimacy in long-term lovers. 3. Roll the dice. Get a pair of dice and a piece of paper. Make 2 columns on paper. On the first column, list down some loving commands like a tickle, kiss, bite, nibble, sing, etc. And on the second column, list down places or body parts like the bathroom, street, restaurant, cinema, ear, etc. Each of you rolls the dice twice. The first roll of dice is for the first column, the second roll of dice is for the second column. For instance, if you get a nibble on the first column, then you get a restaurant on the second one. Assure you nibble your lover in the restaurant. Now there's always something to look forward to. 4. Relationship hangman. This is similar to the all very familiar hangman game, except that the words to be guessed have something to do with your relationship. When you go to a restaurant and you're waiting for your order, or if you're on the plane, simply get your pen and paper and start drawing something like the Wheel of Fortune. If you want your lover to guess the Bahamas because that's where you had your honeymoon, draw 7 boxes. Your lover will then try to guess using letters. Does it have an A? And if he gets it right, you put the letter on the boxes, and if your lover is wrong, then you draw a hangman. Starting with the top, then the trunk, the arms, etc. When the hangman is formed and your lover still hasn't guessed the word, he or she loses. 5. Cook-off. Invite some friends or family members over for a great dinner, but turn it into a game between you and your loved one. Convert your kitchen into hell by having a cook-off. Finish on the main dish, the desserts, the hors d'oeuvres, and even cocktails. Just like the chore wheel above, this adds spice to your normal grind. Let your guests be your jury. However, if you're a decent cook and your partner clearly isn't, make sure you drop a hint to the guests so they at least vote one dish of your partner. You don't wish your sweetheart to feel therefore low, alternatively they'd lose enthusiasm the next time you recommend a cook-off. One of the best ways to become more intimate with your lover in the bedroom is not by having prolonged necking or massages, although those are awesome, too. It is by having a few really engaging foreplay. Engaging in the most operative word. You should have a hell of a good time, to the point that real sex just becomes the icing on the cake. Here are a few of the most entertaining games that could help develop intimacy in couples. 6. Sexy Truth or Dare. You don't need to purchase something for this game. All you have to do is print out truths and dares, roll them, and put them in 2 jars. Everything you put is related to sex. You can try questions like as easy as, "What do I do that turns you on?" Or aggressive questions like, "Do you wish to have a threesome?" For the dare, it could be as simple as, "Give me a lap dance, however we know you're better than that." 7. Naked hide and seek. This game is as straightforward as it's the title. When there is no one in your house, strip your clothes off and go on a naked hide and seek. The neurochemical rush will result in more fulfilling sex. This is a game for small children, and doing this now that you're grown-ups can give you a feeling that you're still young and playful and full of life. Do this especially if your lover is a serious kind, because it will make him or her more comfortable doing silly things with you. 8. Blindfold guessing. Blindfold your lover and let them guess what you put in his or her mouth. Something like fruits, your chin, your elbow, chocolates, anything you can think of. This type of game builds trust because the blindfolded one is vulnerable and dependent on the one who's in control. Take turns so both of you will know what it feels like to be vulnerable and in charge of one another. 9. Staring contest. When was the last time you held a truly long stare with your lover? The sexy type, not the long angry stare you usually give during fights. Staring at another person's eyes for over 10 seconds creates intimacy. In fact, many yogis recommend this for therapy. They say our eyes are the window to our soul, and you will find out just how true that is when you try this game with your partner. Simply sit on the bed naked with your lover and stare at one another without blinking. The one who blinks first needs to perform a sexual preference to the winner. 10. Sexy Twister. Twister was an exceptional game first released within the 60s, however is still offered these days. It is played using a large mat unfold on the ground and a spinning wheel. The mat has circles of different colors where you will mount your hands or legs, like left leg red, right hand green. Play it with your lover naked to turn it into a Kama Sutra game. It becomes sexier if you play with clothes on at first, and then strip one by one as you play. Try some of these relationship games the next time both of you have some time together, be it a weekend or a late night. If you want to make your crush fall for you, or if you want to get your ex back, check the link in description. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel.